exactly our vision.
Our next guest is Joe Briganti, who is the CEO of the Sockit. And we're so excited. He's a local resident here and in Orange County, and he's a great friend of ours and a really fun, athletic dad. Isn't that how it got started, Joe?
Well, thank you for saying that. I'm not sure my kids would agree with you. They're like, Daddy, you were an athlete? Not really, kids, but thank you. You know, it really started with my daughters, and I'm not sure if it started 40 years ago or 4 years ago, because I'm an East Coast guy, and we never had a soccer team. We never played soccer as a kid, and I really didn't know much about soccer, but you know, being here in Orange County, the hotbed for soccer, 4 years old kids were playing, and I loved it, and it's so much fun to watch your kid, even though your child would sometimes be out on the soccer field standing next to the coach crying. You still had the glory, someday they'll be a soccer star.
Someday they'll get on the team and they'll take it all the way to pro.
I remember both my daughters would cry and stand by the coach and not want to play. This was 4 and then 5 years old, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, I kind of like this game. So we had a lot of fun, and we could not, unfortunately, rely on Daddy for any help, because Daddy did not play soccer. So my daughters would want to play soccer 7 days a week, and we eventually went through the AYSO club, format, and then you move up to club soccer, which is a little bit more serious. They have professional coaches, and they're practicing 2-3 days a week, and it's even more fun because you get to see your children grow as soccer players. But one of the things I've noticed, or I did notice at the time, and this is about 7, 8 years old, is no matter how many hours of soccer they played, they did not know how to correctly strike a soccer ball. It was interesting to watch, because 3 times every practice, the coach would stop the practice, bring the girls around him and say, now girls, this is what you need to do to kick the soccer ball correctly. Toe down, strike with your shoelaces, follow through.
Example here, let's see.
Sure. So the challenge for a soccer player, for a young 5, 6-year-old is, you know, instead of doing this, which is called a toe poke, this is what every child does.
That's what they do naturally.
That's what they do naturally. And if your kid at 3 years old does this, then they're a soccer star. But none of them do. None of them do. I promise you, not one. And any parent or grandparent who sees this will say, you know, that's right. They take a couple of 2-3 years to learn how to kick a soccer ball, and it becomes frustrating. It's a little bit of a challenge for the child, because they're not doing it correctly, and the parents are like, well, where's my soccer star? You know, where's my future star? And so they call it a toe poke, and basically they kick the ball like this, and it's terrible. It's not healthy for their foot. It's not an appropriate strike, and it's a bad habit. And so when my daughters were doing that, I said, well, I'm not gonna get them in trouble by giving them any advice. Parents don't give your kids advice in soccer. I decided to go to Google, to go to the sporting goods stores, to check everywhere online to buy a soccer training aid to help them learn to kick the soccer ball. And one did not exist. So there was the aha moment. You know, that coupled with Shark Tank, which we, as a family would watch every week. I asked my girls, do you think we should try and put together something that helps you kick a soccer ball? And they were all in. So I may be the CEO, but the bosses are really my kids, Natalia and Brianna, now 11 and 10 years old. They were involved in every step of the way. And before we probably get to how this works, I just want to share the importance of working with my daughters. The greatest reward I've had over the last few years, I'm a banker by day and a soccer crazy dad by night and weekend, is spending time with my daughters with soccer. Absolutely love it. It's what I get through the day and live for, really. But I did not want to screw them up on the soccer field. But more importantly, I want to teach them, girls, we can do something special here. And it's not about creating a product. It's not about making money. It's about having a vision, putting a team together, executing, working hard, and being successful. But that's not it. And they looked at me like, what do you mean, Daddy, that's not it? I said, what really is success is helping other people. So what we do is, for every unit that we sell, we give a portion to St. Jude's Children's Hospital.
Oh, great.
And it helps them, it helps someone understand, life isn't just about, winning a soccer game or making money. It's really about helping other people. And so we've given 100 sockets to the children at St. Jude's, with a nice little note that, hoping you're feeling better, get out there and, let's have some fun. Give them something to look forward to. They're going through such a tough time. So, kids at 7, 8, 9 years old, they really don't have that, that compassion gene just yet. And I wanted my kids to understand that. So the backdrop for the Sockit, which stands for Soccer Kicking Interactive Trainer, it's Soccer Kicking Interactive Trainer because it's interactive.
Cute.
It's wearable technology, and it gives them instant feedback. What the Sockit does is it goes over the shoe, and it's placed exactly where you're supposed to strike the soccer ball. Remember, not the toe poke, but with your shoelaces, top of the foot, and toe pointed down. And what happens is we have 5 sensors here. So when they kick the ball incorrectly, nothing happens. But when they kick the ball correctly, the soccer ball,
Instant gratification.
the kids see it, and believe me, if you have children or you've seen your grandchildren,
great.
anything that lights up is a win.
Yeah.
So not only is this something fun, but it helps them learn.
Oh, yeah.
And it really helps the entire family because mom and dad sitting on the sideline like, oh God, when are they gonna learn how to kick a soccer ball? Literally, I put this on a 4-year-old's foot who had never played soccer, and I said, how would you light this up? See right here, this lights up when it's pressed, one of these cushions here, one of these pads. So if you had to kick a soccer ball and make this light up, how would you do it? She looked at the soccer ball, she looked at this funny thing on her foot, and she said, well, I'd have to do this. And she pointed her toe down, went up to the soccer ball and said, this is how I'd have to kick it.
And she hit it just right.
She hit it just right.
Oh my
and I was
gosh,
like, and you've never played soccer? She's like, no. And I'm like, well, there you go. Now you know how to play soccer. So
She's a star.
yeah, and you know what? We tried it out with the kids. We tested for quite some time because we wanted it to be something that they would have fun with, that would look really cool, fun colors, but ultimately they'd want to use, and it would teach them how to kick a soccer ball correctly.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's great.
This is really, really cool. And look at, you've got all these different colors.
Yep.
And what ages are these good for?
You know,
I see that it's stretchy. So
Yeah, it stretches. It goes
for
over. It goes around the cleat on the bottom. It stays on top. It's pretty sturdy. It's industrial thermoplastic rubber, so it will last forever. It's weatherproof. The battery life is 8,000 strikes. So God bless your kids if they have 8,000.
That's something to drink. That's
we
the
might have to talk about that, but
aspiration.
you know what I tell the parents is, you put it on your child, and you know it's neat for parents and grandparents with kids who don't know how to tie their shoes. I just tuck in the shoelaces.
Oh, neat.
So
no
now
trouble.
so instead of running around the soccer field like, come here, you know, just we get
my
them tucked in
gosh.
there.
Isn't that fun when you find like dual purpose?
Yeah,
That's
well,
amazing.
that was kind of, we didn't know that going in. But
No,
like,
it's just like a happy accident.
Yeah.
So
is
they're
amazing.
one size fits all? Is
Yeah,
that-
it literally,
they
well,
pretty
you
much
asked the
stretch
original
to
question.
shoe?
I think the age group is between 4 and 12.
I can see that it's very stretchy.
It's very stretchy.
So it'll go over any size.
It'll fit. I put it on size 8 and 9 feet. And I put it on size, you know, 1s. And so the age is somewhere 4 to 12, with the caveat, you know, if you have a very small child or a very large-footed child, maybe not, but it will stretch and it will stay on. And it's just a fun product that really teaches them. And we have a saying, you know, kids love it, parents want it. And it's true. The kids, and they see it like, oh, it lights up. They don't really know
Oh my God.
Joe, how did you know the kids would love this? I mean,
Well, I didn't at first. And that was the fun part of creating a product that really would work for the kids. Because if they didn't love it, they weren't going to use it.
Sure.
And a funny story, one of the very first prototypes we had, we kind of glued it together, Velcroed together, put some lights that would flash. And I told my daughter Natalia, I said, let's go to the soccer field and try it out. I was like, oh boy, this is the first time trying it. So I went to the soccer field for like 15 or 20 minutes. She used it, she kicked it, it lit up, she was excited. And then we're driving home, and she's in the back seat, in her child seat, and she's like, Dad, do you have a pencil? I'm like, sure. So I handed the pencil, thinking she was doing doodling, and she wrote me a note.
Here.
And this is when...
This is the note.
This is the note,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, this
And
is so
I'll read it,
fun.
and the spelling is very incorrect, which is
she
kind of
was how
cute.
old?
Which is
She was 8 years
darling.
old.
She's 8.
For Daddy, thank you for letting me use the Sockit. I love it. When are we going to sell them? I love you. I like to practice soccer with you. Love, Natalia. So that's when I knew we had a product that I think was going to work.
That was a winner.
Yeah.
This
That's cool.
was the moment.
That was
right
it.
here.
Yeah. And so since then we've had a great time, and they've been great partners, and we're having a lot of fun with this.
I love that you're teaching them business at an early age. I love that you're teaching them contribution and making
Service,
others,
making the world a
everything.
better place.
Yeah, it's important. I mean, really, that's our job as parents, more importantly.
So how do we find Sockit, the Sockit?
Well, appreciate
Where
it.
are we?
We have a website, thesockit.com, SOCKIT,
Okay.
.com, and we're also selling them on Amazon.com.
Okay, so, and I just think that this is like the perfect product for grandkids. It's the perfect product for Christmas, especially when you're in Orange County and it's like you can go outside on your round.
It will be their favorite present under the tree. It really will
I
be.
really think it
Well,
will.
even a great stocking stuffer. I mean, it's that
There you go.
this small enough to just be that surprise
That's a great idea.
favorite thing.
Oh yeah, this is so much fun. And then when after everybody's gone out and had Christmas dinner and you want your grandkids to get out of the house,
Get them
and
out of
go
there. Go play. Yeah, that's a great
Hey
idea.
kids, let's pull
Go
out the
test out your socket. Tell us how it works.
Yeah, go light it up 10 times and come back.
That's right. And with it, didn't you say there were how many thousand strikes for the battery?
Oh, well, we just put the commercial. Oh, I'm sorry. The battery 8,000 strikes. So that
8,000
should take them
strikes.
until next Christmas.
Yes, that's right.
At least.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining us.
Pleasure. I really
today.
appreciate it.
So
Thank you
much
so
fun.
much.
And everybody, don't forget the Sockit is sockit.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Joe.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
We'll be right back.